Well, maybe let's just start with Martin, because yesterday being kind of a big day for him. You know, just kind of a thought on the way he's asserted himself into your lineup and what he's given you since he's come in.
Well, first, I feel like he deserved the extension that he got. I mean, when he and Connor came into our lineup, we were struggling, and I thought Marty in particular brought a different dynamic to our team with the speed that he plays the game with, but also the size and the physicality that he brings to the table, and that was something that we were missing early on. So he found a bit of a hole in our lineup, and good on him. He understands how he has to come to the rink every day to play, and he's been a really important person for our team. And when he hasn't been in our lineup, you've noticed his absence, so that says a lot about who he is and who he's become.
What kind of an effect can that have on the rest of your young guys, seeing that opportunity comes with those types of rewards?
Yeah, I think a pretty significant one. When you look at our group right now, we've had a lot of players that have come up from the Wranglers, and I think when they see guys like Marty have success, especially early, and they see more guys getting called up after that and having opportunities to play, it keeps the hope or belief alive that their chance is coming, so they push themselves as well. And I think it probably makes them feel much better even when they see the success that those players are having, so they probably realize that I'm not that far off, I just have to stay with it.
When he was called up, I think a lot of fans were almost surprised because he wasn't on maybe the radar of the team's top prospects, but the organization always believed in him, and that was clear. So going back to last year, maybe years prior, why? Is this what we're seeing now because you guys believe that this was the player you can see?
Yeah, well, for us as coaches at this level, he was a little bit of an unknown, but Craig was always a guy that pushed him and believed in him. And the challenge that he had early on in the minors was he wasn't able to stay healthy. But when you look at the package that he has and the size that he is, you often wondered, like, why aren't you an NHL player? And I think he's got to the point where he understands now how he has to play the game to make sure he can stay in there consistently. But I think having Craig in his corner to start with, and then earning the trust and developing the relationships with the Wranglers coaching staff allowed us to feel confident when we gave him the opportunity here. And now, as I said, he's done a great job of making sure he's in the lineup and he's going to stay in there.
802 tonight for Jonathan Huberdeau, and I know pushing 700 points. We know kind of the player he is, but maybe just recently what you've seen from him, and there's been some different combinations in terms of lines for him. But what are you been getting from Jonathan as well?
Yeah, this is a big night. I mean, 800 games is not a small task when you look at what goes into being an NHL player and the grind that comes along with it. So, I mean, this is a night that he should be very, very proud of. But for him, I feel like his game is starting to come and go in the right direction. He's moving his feet now more than we saw at the beginning portion of the year, and because of that, the chances are coming. And sometimes when you're an offensive player and you're not getting the chances, or you're not feeling like you're contributing the way you should, it weighs on a guy. But I think right now he's been in a position where he's connecting with some of the plays he's making. He's been around the net more, and I think he's feeling much better about where he's at with his game right now.
Coach, can you share with us if there will be any lineup changes?
We will be going with the same lineup, yeah.
What have you liked about Sharon Govich since his arrival here?
He's added a different dynamic to our team. He's got a good skill set. That's one thing for sure. The shot that he has is something that we use and we value a lot. And I think he gives us the ability to have a guy play different positions. Like, he's played on the wall. He's playing in the middle of the ice right now. And he can play all sorts of different ways, I guess. Like, he's a penalty killer for us. He's on our first power play unit. And he's centering our top line, if you want to call it that, right now. So he's been a real important add for us, for sure.